When your mind feels like it's breaking, remember, this is not your collapse. It's your awakening. The chaos inside you isn't proof of your weakness, it's the sound of your soul demanding change. We've all had those nights where thoughts spin like tornadoes, regrets scream louder than reason, and you wonder if you'll ever feel peace again. But here's the truth. The mind may tremble, but the spirit never truly shatters. You are stronger than your loudest fear. Calming your disturbed mind isn't about erasing thoughts, it's about reclaiming your power to respond. Every breath you take with intention is a victory against the storm. You calm your mind not by running from the noise, but by learning to sit with it without being consumed. With every pause, every grounded breath, every moment of silence you claim, you rebuild yourself, not overnight, but steadily, deeply, permanently. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to be willing, because once you stop fighting your mind and start guiding it, peace begins to return, not as a visitor, but as a home you carry within. Your healing starts the moment you stop fearing the storm and start anchoring your soul within it. One of the most liberating truths you'll ever discover is this: you are not your thoughts. You are the witness behind them. The chaos in your mind doesn't define you. It simply reflects the stories you've absorbed, the wounds you've carried, the fears you've never been taught how to name. When you begin to step back and observe your thoughts without judgment, they start to lose their power. Imagine watching clouds pass in the sky. You don't grab them. You don't chase them, you just notice them. Float by, that's how you learn to handle anxious thoughts. When a disturbing thought arises, don't ask, "Why am I thinking this?" Instead ask, "What is this thought trying to teach me?" Curiosity replaces fear. Observation replaces reaction. And from that place of calm, you begin to see clearly. You don't need to win every mental battle. You need to create enough space between you and your thoughts so they no longer control you. That space is sacred. That space is peace. Practice it, strengthen it, live inside it. Because your greatest power lies not in silencing your mind, but in choosing which thoughts deserve your attention and which ones no longer belong. Breathing is the most powerful tool you've had since the day you were born, yet most of us forget how to use it. When your mind is disturbed, your breath becomes shallow, chaotic, restricted. But when you intentionally breathe deeply, slowly and consciously, you interrupt the panic. You remind your body that it's safe. You signal your nervous system to calm. And most importantly, you begin to return to the present moment, the only place peace exists. One deep breath won't fix everything, but it can stop your spiral before it deepens. Try this. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4, exhale for 6. Do it again and again. Not as a trick, but as a ritual of remembrance that you are in control, that this moment is manageable, that your breath can be your anchor. You don't need to meditate for hours or chant in silence to calm your mind. You just need to remember that your breath is the bridge between chaos and clarity. So when the world overwhelms you, don't fight. Breathe. When your thoughts rage, don't run. Breathe. With every conscious inhale, you remind your soul, you are here, you are safe, and you are not alone. We often think peace requires the perfect environment, silence, isolation, escape. But true peace is not the absence of noise. It's the presence of stillness within the noise. The most powerful people in this world are not those who avoid chaos, but those who carry calm through it. You don't need a mountaintop to calm your mind. You need intention. Just 5 minutes of silence, no phone, no music, no scrolling, can reset your entire nervous system. In those moments, listen not just to the world around you, but to the world within you. What is your body saying? What feelings have you been avoiding? Stillness gives them room to speak, and you, the courage to listen. You don't need to solve everything in those quiet moments. You simply need to be present. Consistent stillness becomes your mental armor. It trains your mind to stop reacting to every fear, every trigger, every what if. The world will always be loud, but your peace doesn't have to depend on it. Find your 5 minutes. Return to it daily. Let stillness become your sanctuary. And over time, even your most disturbed thoughts will lose their grip. Your mind is like a garden. Every thought is a seed. The ones you water, whether hopeful or harmful, are the ones that grow. When your mind is disturbed, it's often because you're nurturing thoughts that betray your peace: self-doubt, regret, comparison, guilt. These thoughts scream loudly, but they are not your truth. You must learn to challenge them, not by force, but by replacing them with thoughts that serve your growth. Tell yourself, I'm safe, I'm healing. I am enough. Even if you don't believe it at first, say it anyway. Words shape your emotional reality. Your disturbed mind doesn't need criticism, it needs compassionate direction. Ask yourself, would I speak to a friend the way I speak to myself? If not, it's time to shift your narrative. You're not lying to yourself by choosing better thoughts. You're building a new truth, one step at a time. And as you keep planting seeds of self-worth, resilience, and courage, you'll find your mental soil becoming less hostile, more nourishing. It's not about controlling every thought. It's about choosing which ones deserve to stay. And that choice, that's where your peace begins. What surrounds you feeds what's within you. You can't calm a disturbed mind while living in a disturbed environment. Every mess you avoid cleaning, every screen you stare at for hours, every toxic voice you allow into your space, they all become noise in your mental ecosystem. To heal your mind, you must first heal your surroundings, clean your space, dim the lights, light a candle, play soft music, remove distractions that pull you into overstimulation. This isn't aesthetic, it's survival. Your brain absorbs your environment like a sponge. If your room is chaotic, your thoughts often follow. You deserve to live in a space that reminds you you are safe, in control, and grounded. It doesn't matter if it's a palace or a small room. Order, intention, and peace can exist anywhere. Begin with one corner, one drawer, one habit. You're not just cleaning your space, you're making room for stillness to grow. Because when you surround yourself with clarity, your thoughts begin to follow. Every single time you choose a peaceful environment, you're choosing your future peace of mind. So don't overlook your space. Transform it into a sanctuary, because your soul is watching, and it's begging for a place to rest. Most people try to run from their disturbed thoughts by scrolling, binging, numbing, or distracting. But what you run from grows. Avoidance breeds intensity. The only way out is through. To calm your disturbed mind, you must learn to sit with your emotions without being swallowed by them. That doesn't mean overanalyzing every feeling. It means acknowledging them like visitors. I see you, I don't fear you. But you don't control me. Let the sadness come. Let the fear pass through. Let the anger rise, but don't let it chain you. Emotions are messengers, not masters. Your mind is disturbed not because you feel too much, but because you've never been taught how to feel with intention. Journaling, talking to a friend, sitting in quiet reflection. These are tools, not luxuries. When you face what's beneath the surface, you find that your pain was never a monster, it was a message. And once you've heard it, it softens, it releases, it heals. You don't have to fix everything today. You just need to feel honestly, gently, without shame. Emotional maturity isn't the absence of pain. It's the ability to welcome it without surrendering to it. That is strength, that is healing. Your disturbed mind often lives in two places, the ruins of the past and the fears of the future. Rarely does it sit quietly in the now, and yet the now is the only place peace is possible. You can't undo what was, and you can't control what's coming. But right now, you are breathing. Right now, you are alive. Right now, you can choose peace. Mindfulness isn't just a trend, it's a weapon against mental chaos. Every time you bring your attention back to this moment, the feel of your breath, the warmth in your hands, the sound in the room, you take power away from anxiety. Try this. Describe what you see. Name what you feel. Anchor your senses in the moment. The more often you do it, the more you train your brain to stop time traveling into worry. Your peace is not hidden in tomorrow's solution or yesterday's answer. It is quietly waiting in the now. In this breath, in this exact second. The present moment is your safe house. Return to it over and over, and soon your disturbed thoughts will have no place to land because you'll be too grounded to host them anymore. One of the most healing acts you can do for a disturbed mind is this. Help someone else. Pain makes us shrink inward. Service pulls us outward. When your mind feels like a war zone, sometimes the most powerful relief is reminding another soul that they're not alone. Kindness isn't just for others, it's medicine for you. Call a friend, help a neighbor, listen to someone who's grieving. Volunteer, even if it's for 5 minutes. In those moments, your pain doesn't disappear, but it transforms. It stops being a burden and becomes a bridge. You realize that your suffering wasn't meaningless. It made you more human, more aware, more capable of healing others. And through that, your mind begins to soften. Helping others is not an escape from your own mind. It's a way of returning to it with clarity and grace. Every act of service brings you one step closer to your own peace. Not because you've ignored your struggle, but because you've expanded your spirit. You've turned suffering into connection, and that's one of the rarest and most powerful forms of mental strength this world has ever known. Let this be your reminder. Your disturbed mind is not permanent. It is not your identity. It is not your future. It is a phase, and every phase passes. The fact that you're reading this, seeking clarity, searching for healing, it proves something vital. You haven't given up, and that's everything. Healing doesn't happen in a straight line. Some days you'll feel calm. Some days the chaos will return. But every time you breathe, choose stillness, challenge a negative thought, or take a step back, you are winning. Slowly, surely, powerfully, your calm is not a miracle. It's a discipline, a choice, a commitment to yourself. And no matter how many times you fall into the noise, the fact that you keep returning to the quiet makes you resilient beyond words. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. You are not lost. You are returning. Keep showing up for yourself, even in your worst moments, especially in your worst moments. Because the person who keeps rising, no matter how disturbed the mind becomes, is already healing. You are already becoming everything peace needs to grow. Stay the course. Your calm is coming home to you.